I hate to break it to you, but you're in for a big surprise. 5 years from now, Jane, who's resigning today, will ring the NASDAQ bell, officially launching her company on the public market. And what you'll soon realize is that Jane stole your most valuable data to start her new company on her way out the door. Learn how Code 42 Insider can stop data theft and protect your organization's most valuable assets. Visit code42.com to learn more.
The level of connection you feel in your home dramatically influences your experiences there. Get the tools to control that connection in your communities with the first multifamily platform that unifies management and resident experiences to create smart apartments. Talk to a RealPage consultant today to see how your properties can meet the future of multifamily with the Smart Building Suite.
Right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you all across the world. Welcome to our daily meeting with the ATSJR companies. Always a pleasure to have each and every one of you on. This is the daily meeting where you get a behind the scenes look at the ATSJR companies, what goes on, and how it is ran by our founder and CEO. I'm telling you, anything can happen. It always does. You never know what's going to happen. What was supposed to be a 15-minute meeting with his core team and staff, he decided, you know what, I'll open it up to the public so that they can get ideas and nuggets from what it is we're doing and take it back to their respective companies and businesses, because he loves to help each and every one of you to grow, thrive, succeed, and reach your goals, dreams, and desires. So you're going to hear things you shouldn't hear and see things you shouldn't see. So I'm about to get out of the way of greatness and introduce you to our founder and CEO, who is sporting a new shirt today. I see you, sir. Okay, I see you. All right, from G-Town, Galveston Island, Texas, the innovator, the originator, the millionaire maker, who will tell you, hey, if you want it, I'm here. But just know, when I say what we're going to do, we're going to get started, okay? He's the guy, the gentleman you want to in your corner fighting for prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, our founder and CEO, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hold on real quick. Sorry, I'm sending a text message. Stradivari on? All right. Good morning. Thank you. Appreciate all of you for being here. Stradivari. Let me address everybody real quick. As far as if this is your first time here, I'm going to jump all the way into something you probably have no understanding of, but hopefully I can come back and make it make sense in a little bit. As far as MExit news goes, and the TV shows that you are doing, as I decided to do group economics and put people on and help their brands and et cetera. Okay. If you're asking, when do you, how much more do you need to do? You're not the right person for the position. Sorry. Like, now, the answer to the question is yes. All yeses. Do I need to keep going? Yes. Can I stop? Yes. Anything in between? Yes. You can do whatever you want to do, because there's two reasons why. The reason number one, not forcing you to do nothing. But here's why, and here's where the such generous and nonchalant attitude comes from. Because you're not doing me a favor, I'm doing you a favor. You understand? I'm allowing you to use my platform and my money to boost your brand, your presence to millions of people, and allow you to attach your links to each episode. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So if you are tired, you're just doing me a favor. Yes, I'm old enough, at least old soul enough to know when I said something. All right, so just remember that. There's no problem. You can leave and stay, and I'm never gonna mention it to you. Like, ain't gonna be no slugs thrown, all that stuff. No spears thrown. Some of you Christian folk know about King Saul, consistently throwing spears at David's anointed. I'm not going to throw spears at you, your anointing, or your character, or your mistakes. You would just be politely saving me money. And I thank you very much. Okay. I hope that helps all y'all. It's whatever you want to do. Do you tell Fox News how many more I gotta do? Y'all gotta start thinking. Okay. We are, but specifically me, because I want to speak to the programming, to what's happening. I am far more well off than the people you look up to on Fox News or MSNBC or et cetera. And you wouldn't ask them that. So you probably should readjust your programming, okay? Don't get it twisted. The new TV is the cell phone. The new radio is the podcast. And the only people watching TV, as far as cable goes, they're 55 and up. If it was not for live sports, TV would be dead as you know it. Okay? Remember, y'all, cable television, as you understand it, that's not how TV started. Didn't. That wasn't until 1987 with MTV. MTV, Fox, and I don't even remember the other one. It was, CBS? Probably could. No, I don't think it was CBS. No. Those are the original three. But it was MTV, Fox. It was MTV when they said, don't put videos to our music. No one's going to listen to our music. It's crazy.
CNN.
You understand that? CNN. Thank you. CNN. Yeah. Fox, MTV, and CNN. And then don't put that stupid show, which is my favorite show of all time, Al Bundy, Married with Children on TV. No one's gonna watch that, right? I freaking love that show, okay? Et cetera, et cetera. Every time something new happens, there's always people who push back, and it has nothing to do with ignorance. It has everything to do with comfort. People like things just the way it is. All right, people just like the way they like things the way it is. Now, let's get to if people didn't hear that, who needed to hear what I said, you might want to tell them, because if you drop off, all you do is save me money. You save me about $350 an episode. You understand what I'm saying? So let's just keep it real. I prefer you to drop off if you don't want to be here. Okay. All right. Now, I have the responsibility. This is where you get all that stuff that you ain't supposed to be hearing. Of giving everybody every bit of my time a day, while also giving nobody none of my time a day. Yes. Grace just said, "Teach me." It is a dangerous plank to walk. Very dangerous plank. How do I stay, Mr. Keith Davis, so available, in which I am? I'm far more available than the people that I know like me, for sure. Far more. As a matter of fact, my phone number is 409-500-1546. Should you not have it, you can just text me. Don't call me. Don't call me. I don't even answer the VA call. So you just text 409-500-1546. But then have the responsibility of not being available so I can lead this company to where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? It is a balance. Now, fortunately for me, I don't struggle with the balance. That's not my struggle. Fortunately for me also, y'all don't struggle with the balance when I can't talk to you. So that's all good. But I want to talk about the reason for the balance. First meeting we had this year in 2021, I told everybody this was a scaling year. I'm going to show you something that you're not supposed to know. And it's a lot. So let's just go from here. And none of this, absolutely none of this you should see I ought to make you sign an NDA right now. Just, do a verbal NDA. Like, repeat after me. I blah, blah, blah. I really should. You should not, thank you, Phil. You should not see this whatsoever. But you're going to see what I'm doing because I want you to steal. But that's not why I need to expose this, because whenever it's time, Shaquita, to readjust people, you don't tell them, hey, Stradivari, I think you should do this. No, that's not what you do. It doesn't work. You say, Stradivari, here's the vision. Are we fulfilling the vision according to the way that is worst to the vision? Does the CEO, Antonio Theodore Smith Jr., does his behavior warrant the vision? Is it glorifying the vision? I'll push that further. Is the CEO married to the methods and not married to the mission? Please don't think because I'm so young, I don't know what I'm talking about. Please, you understand? There's one thing to be married to something, but you got to be married to the vision, not the methods. Give me a church just for a moment. I know we've been doing stuff the same way for 3 generations. But I'm gonna use y'all. I'm gonna use your theology. But the devil change every day.
Come on now.
Roll right now.
If Tinder, devil on there. Facebook, devil got on there. Wherever is new, devil be a master at it. Master. Already a social media expert, a Zoom expert. Y'all wouldn't even use a Zoom. Devil was already on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using your language, using your theology. You know what I'm saying? We have to be consistently changing, and we're not allowed to use our faith as an excuse to be comfortable. Everybody write this down. I said this once, sometime early last year. I'll say it again. Tradition is the living faith of the dead. Traditionalism is the dead faith of the living.
Okay, can you repeat that, please?
Yes.
Woo.
Tradition is the living faith of the dead. Traditionalism is the dead faith of the living.
Jesus, amen.
Should we respect our elders? That is the living faith of the dead. Of course you should. It costs you no money. And it don't hurt nobody. But just because I'm older, should I think I know better? That's the dead faith of the living. Just because I'm young, should I think someone old don't get it? Dead faith of the living. Just because we've done it like this since Pastor Ralph was pastoring back in 1973. And I've been sitting on this pew, and my family been sitting on this pew and this pew and this pew. Y'all understand what I'm talking about? None of that means anything. If your company is not changing every day, if you are not willing to change the core values of your company, if your major product, if you're not willing to throw that out tomorrow and make something new, you have dead faith of the living.
Antonio?
Yes, sir.
Beans, you about to put your weight on this.
All the way on it.
On my way to this meeting today, I had an epiphany, and I said, are you going to share that with the group today, Jerome? I said, I don't know, but you opening up your mouth made it very evident to me that I need to share this. Because I got a little age on me. You talking about tradition here. And I said, Jerome, why did it take you over 2 years at ATS to figure out that if your business can't survive without you, all you are self-employed. But if your business can survive without you, then you own a business. Because other than that, your business owns you. Antonio, it took me over 2 years to figure that out, sir. Okay? And listen to me. I don't consider myself stupid, dumb, or any of that.
Far from.
But I didn't figure it out in the beginning. And Antonio, I've been on the calls. I've been listening. I've been putting in energy. I've been putting in effort. And I'm on my way to this meeting today. And I said, Jerome, it took you over 2 years to figure out that if your business can't survive without you, you don't own a business. It owns you. You know what I'm saying? They're going, but that wasn't the way I was taught. That wasn't the, hello, welcome to reality, Mr. Red. Last night, I sent Deanna that book. Where you at, Deanna? My book that you wrote for me. I know you wrote it, Antonio. I could tell. That book you wrote for me was in my spam folder. Deanna sent it to me. I didn't know it was there. I found it Saturday, and it said when I got it, have it turned in by Friday so we can have it back to you by today, okay? And I'm sitting there going, but you know what? With everything I had to do, in 2 days, last night I emailed and said, Deanna, I sent it back to you. Let's get this thing moving.
And I
If
got
my business can't survive without me, I don't have a business, okay? I don't own the business. My business owns me. And let me tell you, when I was working on that thing, I felt so good. Because know what I said? Jerome, this is what's going to give you freedom in spite of everything that you're going through. This is what's going to make it happen. And if you aren't willing to put it in there, then guess what? It'll be another 2 years and you'll be having this conversation again. So I know you're going to put your weight on it, but I just want to share that with you, Mr. Smith, okay? Because you've been preaching that to me for over 2 years now. And it finally, this morning I went, but I'm not stupid. That's debatable, I know, but we're not going to get into that. All right.
No, I know that you are absolutely right. And I pray other people have that revelation. And if you need to speed up that revelation, worry not. In the book Cash Flow Quadrant, the follow-up to Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, he talks about that. He has 4 quadrants. Every quadrant, both quadrants on the left, that's not where you want to be. That's employee or self-employed. Just because you are a doctor does not mean you're not self-employed. If you cannot doctor without being there, if the patient can't be doctored without being there, then without a doubt, you are not a business. Why? Because you don't have nurse practitioners in your place who can do this while you don't do it. I don't have to be here at all. One of the things we built when we started this was we wanted to make sure that the celebrity was actually present. How many of you have bought into somebody's program? Doesn't matter the names. I'm not gonna say that. How many bought into somebody's program and they never showed up?
Oh, yeah.
Let me see mine. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was blank school, blank.
Me and Deanna went to 1 year ago.
Blank certification. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm not bothering a single person. Okay, you know, I'm blank certified, but you ain't never get to meet them. Yeah, I don't want to play along with me. That's all right, though. You understand? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Now, of course, I'm about to put my weight on it because I ain't even showed you my screen yet. You understand? I want to, because I think every day I get to take back all the details. I get to take back all the data, Kevin. I get to look at all the messages. I get to look at a few of the complaints because y'all are something else, right? I get to look at that. I get to look at the egos. Oh my God, I definitely get to look at that. That's every day. Every day I got to get past somebody's ego because we're coexisting. And how can one coexist without running into the egos? You understand what I'm saying? So every day I got to do all that. And then I start processing. I start saying, well, who am I actually serving? And then I realized, well, that line is extremely blurred because I don't just serve my team. I don't just serve the students. I don't just serve the customer. I serve everybody. And it's so blurred that all y'all are the same. All of you are staff. You missed it, but I'm gonna keep moving on. Okay. You missed it, but I'm gonna keep moving on. So I realized, all right, nobody here is regular because somehow ATS is so weird that even the non-staff is staff. All right. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Then I go higher.
And we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I go higher and I say, all right. So then what do you do with that? Because like, that leaves another problem. Right? That leaves a bigger problem. What do you do with that? How do you make everyone continue to feel like that without saying that? Because how do you induce intentionally such favor without making it look like manipulation? And I'm saying, all right, so it's value, obviously. So we got to do this, got to do that. And then it dawned on me last night as I was processing everybody, I need to restate all the visions. My friends, whenever there are people who are not doing what you would like them to do, it's never their fault. It's always yours. Oh, man.
Now you're preaching. Come on.
That's it. Yes, sir. All the
And that's
time.
a tough lesson for leadership. I mean, we've all had to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
And so says Jesus.
There it is, right? So I'm thinking, all right, how can I get to move faster? It's not that anybody's doing something wrong, because there ain't no wrong. It's, man, I want you all to catch it so we can run. And then I'm thinking last night, well, you know what? It's a couple of things that I have not done. For one, it's a bunch of new people. They ain't heard what we stand for. Now, there is I see you, Prophet Jerry. In fact, since I'm gonna call on you in a second with your hand up, but I want to pull up y'all don't mind me. I typically don't do this, but I want to pull up the Bible just for a moment, if y'all don't mind.
You
I'm
better
gonna pull
go
up.
on. Go on and make it right. Go on, make this thing plain to right now. Today.
An extremely accurate translation is the English Standard Version. Extremely accurate. New American Standard as well. Now, first off, shout out to everyone celebrating Ramadan. I'm actually celebrating with you. Ramadan just simply means generosity. I think we're on day 8. Yesterday was extremely rough for me. Let me tell you, I had a whole headache yesterday. I don't know why. So shout out to my Muslim brothers and sisters. I'm still walking the journey with
Antonio.
you. Yes, sir.
Your body is reacting to the toxins that are being cleansed out. You hold these toxins in your fat tissues, and when you fast, you start to cleanse out those fast tissues, which has toxins in them, and so your body is reacting to the toxins as they're being released. That's why.
Well, not hard to identify my toxins. That would be scotch. It would be too hard since I eat perfectly. We got to deduce, Phil, that's that scotch that was getting toxined out. That is for sure.
That's before the perfect food. It's getting rid
of we know the culprit. No need for an investigation. There's no doubt about it. So yes, so shout out to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. Let me go to the Christian example. So I was just saying was that I realized Mr. Keith Davis and Sadia, I ain't told them division. They caught the energy, but I have failed and constantly talking division. See, every time a leader open up his or her mouth, you got to tell people where you're going. I'm trying to, this is turned into a leadership class all of a sudden.
That's vision casting.
Come on, man. Come on. You did a good job last night too on your talk. Yes. Sure did. Good job. Yes. I was sitting here ear hustling. If I was still out there preaching, I'd be looking for a sermon. All them points you gave. Yes. Thank you so much. It was fantastic. Fantastic. Absolutely. Now, if I say, Sadia, let's go. First thing, where? Secondly, should she have a significant other? She got to address that too. I can't just be rolling up on her talking about let's go. You understand? Then after I address those questions, then there's more questions. How much it's going to cost? Who all going? What you need from me? What I got to wear? How hot it's going to be? How cold it's going to be? How much it's going to cost me? Forget how much it's going to cost. What you asking me for? What's your secret agenda? All these questions must always be answered every single time that you speak. The leaders who do not answer these typically can't get people to follow them. Andy Stanley says, a leader who will not listen to his people will eventually be surrounded by people who have nothing to say. What a powerful quote.
That just says something.
Yes, you keep on surrounding yourself with yes men. You're going to be surrounded with a bunch of people that just say yes. They ain't got no ideas, no nothing. No nothing.
I've been there. I've been there. Hard lesson to learn.
I know that's right. So I want to cast a vision for you. I want to tell you. So it's obvious, and I'll say this. We represent four things only. We're creating 100,000 millionaires. We are ending student debt loan crisis. I'm going out of order here. We are making sure the worst salesperson or the person who can't sell becomes a top income earner. And we are making sure that we end world hunger. That's the four things we stand for. That's it. Four things we stand for. Of course, our number one rule is no one suffers alone. So that's that. But I'm going to tell you more than that because you need to catch so then I can shift your shoulders in a direction that serves you. In ATS companies, we have just silently agreed with you that we will help you live your dreams first. And then we'll ask you to help us get ours. That's just the unwritten rule around here. You know what I'm saying? Unwritten rule. Let me read this first and I get Prophet Jerry in law. I want to share my screen because I'm going to show you what I realized last night. And it came from, some of y'all go like this, a word of God. Okay, it came from a word of God. Now, here in the book of Judges, if you're not familiar with the book of Judges, if you're not familiar with me, I fancy myself in a lot of religions and their sacred text. My favorites are, I have four favorites. That would be Christianity, in no particular order, Islam, Judaism, and Sikhism. I like these four the most as they relate to me as a person. I happen to have a few pieces of paper that people say are good, and Jewish theology is my favorite. That being said, you'll always see me when I have to do something to make people like, yes, God dog it. Yes. I was sitting up here minding my own business, Kevin. And the Lord said, be ye corrected. Can I put that in King? Okay. All right. She told me you right. You know what? You right. This one should only be nah. Yeah. This one, some stuff can only be read in King Jimmy. Like the Lord is my guide. No. The Lord is my shepherd.
That's it.
All right, so they not. I need some old folk that understand what I'm talking about. So some king. All right, I got Jerome at least. All right, okay. Grace, read it like you're Baptist.
Pastor, church, I'll be reading it for your hearing. Judges chapter 2, verse 10. And also that generation were gathered unto their fathers. And there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel.
Let me put my weight on it, Jerome.
Preach,
Y'all didn't
Reverend.
start. Y'all didn't start with me in the beginning. For the most part, we are 90% new generation. And that's what's happening, right? I was minding, Kevin, I'm minding my whole business, trying to figure out what to talk about for tomorrow. And then a word from on high. Come on, Grace. You like that kind of talk. You like that kind of talk. Okay, yeah, all right. Said, boy, be corrected. Come on, Dolores, help me out of here. The Lord was correcting me. Be corrected. And go back to my word. I'm not trying to bother nobody. I'm just telling you what happened to me. Okay? And I say, man, I got a whole new generation. And there the Lord said, now these folk, they don't know the works of ATS. I understand. That's true. That's fair. Now, I know y'all know the works of the Lord. I know you weren't going to let me say that. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the text. But check this out. Right here. Nor the works which he has done to Israel. Here's the deal. If you don't know the Lord, that might be your fault. That ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't know ATS. Like, I don't know what's going on here. I like the energy that I'll figure it out later. Yeah. But if you don't know the works of what the Lord has done, that's my fault. Help me, somebody. See, you got to witness for yourself. But if you don't know nothing about the past, somebody ain't teaching you. Somebody not testifying. Oh, well, where's Mr. Keith David? I liked his. Where is he at? Let me. If you don't know the Lord, that's on you. And it got nothing to do with me, Miss Wright Village. I like your braids, right? Or that ain't got nothing to do with me. You understand? But if you don't know how good he's been, let me make this more personal. If you don't know that God will make a way, all right, you got some learning to do. You have ignored the signs. But Miss Alfreda with the shades on, if you don't know that God will take some bread, you ain't got nothing else. You could put butter on that bread, sprinkle some sugar, have a whole meal. If you don't know that you can take some spoiled milk, not throw it away, put it in some mix, and then make it cornbread. Somebody not testifying.
You better preach this thing right here.
Amen.
Jesus.
if you don't understand how the old folk had one pair of shoes, one suit, and today they got a closet full of stuff. And somebody not testifying from where we come. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so that's the point here is, I changed the whole meeting if I keep going with that, all right? The point here is, I realize I haven't been telling y'all from where we from and where we going. And that's my fault. Does that make a little sense? How can I expect you to move fast? How can I expect you to go attack your dreams when I haven't told you to do so? I'm gonna tell you what made me realize it. Somebody called me yesterday and said, "Hey, I just finally got that you want me to actually take from you." Go ahead, Steve. And then I swear, Prophet Jerry, Steve, Law, Dolores, introducing her guest, and Samuel.
All right. So I want to start off by saying that when preparation meets opportunity, that's when success occurs. And I've been preparing for a while. I asked the Lord for more, and I was super busy. And then I met ATS, came on this community. And I just want to say that, you know, what Antonio is talking about is he's inviting you to join him on his journey. And as a leader, he's demonstrating the effort it takes to build a multi-million-dollar company. And he's not asking us to do anything he's not already doing more himself. And so the day I mentioned the People's Congress, and he voluntarily told me, which has never happened in my life, that I want you to run that. I want you to head that. I had to deal with something. Am I ready to run like he's running? Because I'm already busy, but I'm not as busy as he is. And when I decided I was going to do it, I had to wrestle with that whole thought of, am I really committed to doing this thing that he's asking of me? It's not something I got to do, it's something I get to do. And even every time we do a taping and I tell the Congress, you know, when we meet, there's 9 of us, 10 of us total, that when we meet, sometimes I don't get out of my studio and get home until 2:00 in the morning. That's 5 days a week on top of what I'm already doing for all of my clients. So if you want to complain and you want to, you know, be confused about the commitment, it's all because you don't know the opportunity. The people we see on TV with all these shows, they don't just get in a limo, come to the studio, do their show, go home. They are committing their life to build what we see every day. So I just want to encourage you guys. This is the time to step up, close your mouth, and get to work. If you really want it, this is the season to step up and do that. And when you can, hold up the leader's arms. Don't tear him down.
No, that's right. Yeah, I heard that, man. That's a grown man.
All right, now we
talking.
gotta clap it up. Gotta clap it up
that
now. That
was a grown man talking.
That was good word right there.
Yeah, buddy. Yes. Prophet Jerry.
How you doing?
I am well, sir.
Quick
I got
question.
you breaking up a little bit. I got you. Call it 3-way.
Question. I got 2 things going on now. I got 2 things going on now with ATS, right?
Got you.
And I'm doing some economics. I forgot group economics.
Yep.
So I don't have a business, even though I got 2 things going on with the answer was yes.
Yep.
I still should come up with a business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No. So what you're going to do? No. So what I want you to do is stick with what you're doing with MExit News, and let's turn your brand into a business. Let's make you a brand, and then turn that into a business, and then make a story out of your journey from the bed to the bank. And about 6 months, you'll have an audience, and then you can make whatever business you want.
Okay.
I felt like I said something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I'm holding my mule over here.
You did. You said a lot. Everybody was like,
That's what Pastor Steve was just telling you. That's the opportunity y'all got.
This is the exposure.
Yeah. I didn't tell you. I would let me before I think it was Dolores that was next, and then I'm gonna get Law. and then Samuel. Okay, Corinne got a hand up. Okay, let me pull up this because y'all so smart. I gotta watch what I show y'all because there's some folk out there that know how to do research and stuff. You understand? And then be like, and just do some. All right, there we go. So one on that. All right, don't do nothing else. Just stay. Ooh, yeah, I bet y'all. Watch y'all start Googling. Ooh, y'all so nosy. All right, let me see.
I am, Antonio. I'm gonna Google whatever I see. I do it every time.
Well, let me readjust this picture.
Antonio, why does it feel like somebody's watching me?
So, but basically, just know that MExit blank. So I was gonna show y'all some news articles, and she was gonna go, okay, I remember that title. Let me put that in there. Okay.
Screenshot ready.
That
literally
is it's hundreds of articles already written and approaching thousands of videos. We ain't lacking on content. We're not lacking on money. We're not lacking on exposure. We are grateful for what is to come. I'll put a pin in that. And if I feel like it, depends on the energy, I'll tell y'all some stuff y'all certainly should know. Okay. Come on, Dolores. You got a guest.
I was gonna say, wait, before you move on, I have a question. The thing that we're doing and the challenge and stuff, when I'm not supposed to be posting that stuff. That's supposed to be archive stuff, right?
Absolutely. If you talk about the next new stuff.
No, I'm talking about the videos that you were talking about making. You were saying 150. Yeah, either make 150 videos, like a half an hour videos, or 365 to 10 videos.
Yeah. Okay, so you can post them. I wouldn't. Not right now. I would post them in a private. All right, let me back up so everybody can understand. I told her to do 150 videos, and because I'm build you a video library because you want to build an audience, right?
Right.
And I wouldn't post them now. Now, if you can't do it alone and you need an audience and you need interaction, I'm one of those kind of people. Then post it live. You can just take it down later or something. But
no. Okay. You said, I thought I heard you say do it and wait and don't do anything until like May 18th. I think that was my day.
Right, because you got a whole bunch of people trying they're going live. And ain't nothing wrong going live. You go live with content, but if you're going to go live with 150, do you need 350 behind it?
Right.
Because
okay, I understand. Okay, you answered my question. Look, you answered my question. Go ahead, Dolores.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Antonio. You just going to say something?
I was pointing at you.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Great morning, everybody. A couple of things. Actually, let me share right quick. Team, thank you. I love my book. Wonderful. I'm going through it now. So awesome. Kudos to my team. Grace and Deanna. Awesome. And then I was thinking about what you guys said this morning about being an entrepreneur and having, only doing your business yourself. So with ATS Leads, I actually feel like I have a team and I'm not by myself and they work on my behalf. So that means I'm transitioning from working by myself, which that is good. And then I would love to introduce my guest, Miss Mel Wright, which is the Wright Village. Can you unmute and introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do, please?
Good morning, everyone. Oh my gosh.
Morning.
Hey, Mel.
Hi, Sadia. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. So I am Mel Wright. I have a co-working space, which is more like an incubator hub for the Black entrepreneurs and the underserved community. I opened back in July, so I am still working and building and growing this business to get the resources out to entrepreneurs that need help to grow and build their business. And we actually work together to do that. It's not a one-man effort, it's a team effort. So yeah, that's what I do. Thank you.
No, thank you so much.
She
Thank you
has
so
an
much.
amazing, she has an amazing vision, Antonio. Yes,
Hey,
let's not sleep on her vision. She'll share it, I guess, one day.
okay, good. One day when we got a little bit more time, we'll let you share it. And thank you for being brief, because y'all not gonna be able to steal from me if you don't. Go ahead, Dolores.
That was it. Thank you.
Okay, good. Steve with the better beard than mine. Come on in here and say something.
All right. So thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I do have a guest with me today. She is amazing. She's a person that is very resourceful. Her name is Dawn Jordan. Dawn, please introduce yourself to the community and post your information in the chat.
Right.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dawn Jordan Jones, and I'm the CEO of 2911 Media, where we design growth strategies to help businesses and ministries market their truth and attract the people that they're called to serve. So I bring to the experience of 30 plus years, 23 years in radio, which is where I work side by side with Steve. Not the whole 23 years, but about 4 years we worked together. And my mission is just to help clients to attract the people they're called to serve.
Well, that's a big mission. You got a money-related mission. Money-related. Yeah, buddy, they can't clients. Listen, you ain't got no clients, you ain't got no money. Yes, thank you so much, Miss Dawn. I love your name, too. I love your name. That's a strong name. Yeah, I had a crush on a girl. Her middle name was Danielle with a D or that D-A-W-N. And so you're giving me nostalgia. You understand?
Watch it now, Antonio. Watch it now.
Antonio, I think
Yes,
we had a great time with Every Dot Black, the community, yesterday. They were very impressed with ATS and loved the breakout groups and the networking, which was awesome. Jimmy was a little sad he didn't give you a chance to speak. He really wanted you to talk to his group too. So he's going to try to circle.
I was hoping he wouldn't have me speak, so he did just fine.
Okay. But we did invite. I did invite some of them to come online today. So do we have any Every Dot Black visitors? If we do, please introduce yourself. All right, I guess not. All right, thank you.
No, thank you. Keith Davis just unmuted. Go ahead, Mr. Davis.
Good morning. I was invited. Good morning. I'm invited here by Mr. Kevin Vaughn, Elder Kevin Vaughn, and I just want to thank him and thank you for being part of ATS this morning. My background is in telecommunications, also the union president for International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. And right now, I'm pretty much working with functional medicine as a company, Care Beyond, where ancient natural remedies meet modern health science. And my goal for years is to be able to, in anti-aging. I turned 65 last year. I'll be 66 this year. And my whole goal is for, Black Americans, to take health and look at it as, because if we're going to be wealthy, we need to be healthy. And so that's been my goal. And in 2011, I used to be in a lot of direct selling companies. And so I decided, to create my own brand. I did radio also, but I wanted to revolutionize business in the 21st century. And at that time, I created a brand by revolutionizing business in the 21st century. And I want to thank you, because learning and hearing what you're doing, you have to keep it moving, because if you stay still, you're going to be right where you were years ago. So I want to thank Kevin for introducing me here, because you definitely got it going on, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate
and
you,
your
man.
team
Appreciate
also. I want to thank them, because a lot of powerful people. I want to thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But let me just share this wisdom with y'all. I share it all the time and give it to you again. Women run this team. That's why it works. All right, y'all gonna learn one day, God dog. Y'all gonna learn one day. Yeah, buddy. Put some women in charge.
functional medicine on board. I love it.
I knew you was going. Look, when he said
my.
that, I said he's speaking Susan language. I said that in my head. I sure did.
Hey,
I knew-
Antonio.
Yes, sir. Hey,
yeah,
Kevin.
real quick. You got to understand, like, this is so powerful. The first person, the first human beings that saw Jesus after the resurrection was a woman, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Don't get me started on that. Come on now. The first person that saw the new way, it was the woman.
All right, now watch yourself. Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
You want to be successful. Yeah, you let them women run this stuff. God dog it, all that crazy stuff y'all be doing. Let them women run this stuff. Now, I had a bunch of huge surprises for MExit Conference. It's one of them so big, it's just gonna drop everything. But we'll get to that when we get there. Law, let me hear from you. He's at work. I want to get him before I get you out of steel. Oh, I got such a big surprise for him too. Is he still here?
It's a bit late. I'm on the cell phone now.
Okay. Take your time. We'll get you when you come back. Corinne, go ahead. Try to be quick for me. I never been still from
instantly. Just like what he just stated about the opportunity and exposure, there's three things that really just fuse me up and fire me up is when people say, I didn't know.
Only Sector Spider ETFs divide the S&P 500 into 11 investable pieces. You can now customize the S&P 500 by overweighting and underweighting sectors to meet your investment objectives. Before investing, consider the fund's objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit sectorspiders.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully. Distributed by Alps Portfolio Solutions Distributor, Inc., a FINRA member.
Hi, I'm Pete. I'm an IT manager / superhero.
Pete, bad news.
What happened?
I put a very expensive latte on top of my car, drove off, and it spilled. It's bad.
How's that my problem?
Oh, my laptop was up there too.
Okay, that's why we use connection services to manage our cloud. Everything's backed up. I can access your stuff remotely. You won't miss a meeting.
I really wanted that latte, Pete.
For hardware, software, support, and empathy. For Pete's sake, connect with Connection.
I wasn't raised like that and nobody told me. Finish the sentence, so what? Because now you have the exposure, now you have the opportunity. You can change that, change the narrative of your own life, change your own story. You're not sitting up in these Zooms for nothing. The conversations I have after Zoom is to reiterate what Antonio just said. Be alive and woke in these meetings, absorb, still, understand, write it down, get it later, catch it like Adrian says. More is taught, it's more caught. He's teaching if you don't understand, get past yourself of, oh, I don't understand. Get the information, understand it later so you can apply it. This is opportunities right here, just like what he just said. So wake it up, let's go.
Come on, girl. That's it. That's it. Y'all talking?
My man Samuel, man, come on through, man. And my buddy there, y'all. You there, Samuel? He probably got reception issues.
I'm here. I had to hit the restroom up. I was trying to hold it, dog. But anyway, good morning to everybody.
Good morning, man.
You right as a leader taking responsibility, you know, like you were saying for the new people, but even for us other people that are still here, the Bible tell you renew your mind daily. I mean, you know, like you said, if something isn't working, you got to renew your mind daily. And with that being said, you know, you got to examine secrets to success. Laws of attraction. Sometimes you're gonna like this one here. Sometimes we are manifesting what we have, whether we want to admit it or not. You know, that goes along with renewing your mind daily. And then we killing what could be prosperous in our life because we're trying to do it the way we want, like Jerome said, for the 2 years. You know, and it, like we gotta listen to Jerome when he throwing us nuggets to be like, yo, don't follow behind him. and you letting us steal, and some people may look at it as programming, but it's really not programming. You're speaking the language of a millionaire status, billionaire status. So we have to adopt that into our language, even though it sounds Chinese, but we got to adopt that other language into our lifestyle. And like it says, and I read a proverb every day, been doing it for 21 years. Proverb 20:18, the day says, make plans by seeking advice. If you wage war, obtain guidance. So if you wage in war to break out the poverty, you want to, matter of fact, if you're waging war against wanting to provide a service for people, we have to take in what they're giving us the advice to do. And sometimes we don't always do that. And I'm going to say me. Sometimes, but I fight to get back in the ring. Just like you gave me the challenge of the 20 people, and I was setting some stuff up at the library, going to Walmart parking lot with a big old sign, $30,000 scholarships, and boom, that young girl COVID, that 19-year-old thing tore me off. You know what I'm saying? Even made me lose weight. My shirts, everything fit big now. That's just close for me to give to the men's shelter. However, though, I tried to come back a few times, and Monica knew it too. She was like, sit your tail still. Don't do that. And look, I tried a couple times. Worst thing I ever did. However, I'm back in full swing now, but I had to get right back in the ring no matter what was happening. And because of the different things that you're saying, and matter of fact, in the classes I'm in right now was perfect timing about the laws of attraction, the secret to success, and when things happen to you, how you still. Matter of fact, like you said, you could be in the middle of the country and start heading east, and west is back there. Stuff start going wrong, and the first thing you want to do is quit and go back to where you was at. And so, like, yo, don't think that stuff ain't plagued me, because now I got to start all over to build a community of people I had following me, and I had 30 days away. Whew! But I have to still keep pushing like you presented in the class, as I was in that class at 5-something this morning. So it's key. And I'm working on it, bro. I ain't forgot the challenge. I had a little something take me out for a minute. Oh, it ain't over, baby. It ain't forgot. I just gotta
bro.
Gotta regroup.
You got your wind back too. You got your stamina up. Now you're ready. You done built yourself some strength. Because sometimes you gotta go back, get better, and come on back out. So you're already ready, because I can hear it in your voice. I'm so glad to hear you back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You look good, Sammy. I saw your hat too, man. It looked real good on you, man. You look good. You look good. Sammy is a burst of joy, and I appreciate it. Between Sammy and Adrian, I can hang around them all day. We go, literally, we it ain't gonna be right, y'all. Now we gonna do some cussing and some drinking, but we gonna have a good time. Yeah, you gonna have a good time.
You will be surprised at how many lives will be changed.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Be surprised. Right. They'll never believe it and say, "What did I see today? Nothing but God."
Yes. I'm gonna let Miss Tootie talk, then Michelle Black talk. I'm picking Tootie first because she never talks. And then Michelle Black, your hat is fierce. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. And we want to hear from you. And then I'm going to let y'all steal. Then I'm going to come back to Vanessa. Go ahead. I believe it said Miss Tootie first. I bet somebody. Okay, Margie too.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Sure
yes,
can.
You can? Okay. All right. Hey, thanks. First off, I want to thank you for doing these morning calls. I want to thank Cocoa Puff for inviting me.
Okay, who's that? So we can call it that from now on.
Corrine.
Who's that?
That's
Corrine.
All right. Cocoa Puff. There it is. We got her now. We got her.
Oh, we got a new name now, Mom.
That's it.
Yeah, that's my Cocoa Puff. I love it to pieces. And I've been, like I told y'all the last time, I'm visually impaired and I've been really going through some stuff. And every night for like a couple of weeks, she would stay up with me and go over things with me because I couldn't find it or I couldn't see it. Wow. And her patience with me has been amazing because a lot of people get frustrated with me because I'm struggling, right? But through all of the things that she's done for me, the one thing that she's always said is, well, you don't have to be stuck there. You can change your mind. You can do better and get out of your own way. And I realized the person that I once was like a fighter, a go-getter. And I'm like, you're going to have to shoot me to take me down because I just don't fall down, but I don't do that. And she's bringing me back to the person that I used to be. And these calls help reiterate that. And I'm very grateful. And I just wanted to say thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you so much.
Sister, that's my dog. That's my dog. Yes.
Thank you so
Love
much.
you.
Yay,
Keep showing up.
love you.
Keep
I love
showing
you.
up. Keep
Oh,
showing
don't
up.
worry. I get up every morning because today my day off and I wanted to sleep in, but I got up so I could listen. So I'm making a priority.
No. I'm grateful. I'm grateful
Yes.
you.
Thank you, Antonio, for the opportunity and the exposure so I can share it with the people that I'm connected to and give them that same opportunity and exposure that you've extended to me. So that's what it's about.
No, you're right. You're right. I agree with you 100%.
Oh, I'm supposed to tell what I do, right? I forgot. See, I wrote down my notes, but I'm not following because I have seen them. So I'm a chef. And I have a line of barbecue sauces. I'm getting back into making them, so I'm not gonna even try to sell y'all this stuff right now because I'm still trying to get my life back together. But my goal, I used to teach children's cooking classes, and I start with the age of 4 and I go up. And so my goal is to open a children's cooking school.
Oh, that's good. I like that, man. That's fantastic. Yes. Maybe you can help curb some of that child obesity too.
I mean, I teach them like really cool stuff because like my whole thing with kids is I want them to learn independence and I want them to learn creativity because both of those things are taken away at school. So those are the two things that I push more than anything. Because my cookbook, the cookbook that I wrote is designed that if the parents buy the 30 items in a cookbook, they can cook anything in there. So
no, that's right. You ain't lying about that. Thank you so much, Miss Tootie. I appreciate you.
No
you're
problem.
looking good. You look. Well, you know what? If we was off camera, don't worry about it. I can't say.
I'm scared to hear. Go text it to me.
I told Patricia. I ain't gonna say it to you. I'm gonna say it to what I said to Patricia when she walked in one of the meetings. I say, "You look like you found you a young man, Patricia." That's what I told her. She walked in there glowing. I say, yeah, you left them deacons alone and came, got you one of them young preachers.
Them young tenders, honey.
Yeah. That's what I told her. Actually, you can ask yourself. So it is. She sure came in there looking good. Good stuff. Michelle, come on, let us hear from you. You look stunning.
Well, thank you so very much. I just want to let everybody know that, what Samuel Corinne said, we do have a great mentor. We do have a great leader here in ATS. And if y'all just take heed of what he says, we are all thrown so much nuggets in these meetings that we get overwhelmed. And I can say for me, I get frustrated because I'd be like, I should be there by now, but I'm not. But I'm taking it a step at a time to make sure I accomplish, what is being taught and shown to us. So guys, y'all have a jewel, take heed to all the great business nuggets that you're being provided because it is worth it. I would like to celebrate a win for one of the nuggets that I've been hearing him tell others because my time is very, very limited with my sons doing virtual school learning. And I'm the type of person I like to always be live, and share with the people. But I realized that I just could not do that. So I had to find another way. So I'm proud to say that yesterday he's been giving people orders saying, make 10 videos here, 10 videos there. I am happy to say that I made 12 videos. I went from travel tip number 26 to travel tips number 50 on yesterday. I did 12 videos, I think around 2 travel tips each. So when y'all start seeing the postings on social media, please feel free to listen to them. Because even though I would love to be with y'all live, I have to find how to manage my time, wisely to be able to continue taking care of my sons, taking care of my business and taking care of my clients. So I just want to say thank you, Antonio. I took your advice, even though it wasn't coming to me. I took your advice, and I see now that I'm just going to take out 2 hours every day and just do my videos and just post them and just hope that it hits the right person. Like they said, you know, if you continue doing it, the right opportunity will bring you success. So I know my videos will hit someone and be like, hey, I want to give you a contract. I want you to set up my travel services or admin services. So thank you very much, Antonio. Y'all take heed for what other orders he give everybody else, because you could use them for yourself. And that's what I did. So now I can relax, that I can post videos for the next 7 days without having to worry about anything.
You understand.
So again,
That's what you should.
Thank you.
Antonio, can she put her contact information, either DM it to me or put it in the chat so that I can reach out?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Grace, make sure Sadia gets Michelle Black's information. Pam, Patricia, before you go, just want to let you know that I just copied and pasted what I'm going to let people steal from me to Grace, so she'll send it to you directly, so you won't miss anything. Okay? No, nobody suffers alone. You won't miss it. I'm gonna share my screen, let them take a screenshot, but I sent it to her, copy and paste. So don't worry about it. You won't miss it. I saw your message. You got it in your line now. Send it to her. You send it to her directly. All right. Now, before I get to Vanessa and Margie, I'm gonna end with y'all. Let me let y'all steal. Do you feel like stealing? All right. I'm gonna read it. Yes, I'm gonna read it first, then I'm gonna let you take a screenshot. Okay. What if Fortnite? Excuse me. Let me say it this way. What Fortnite is to esports, what Netflix is to streaming services, what Google is to the internet, ATSJR companies is to college and universities and online education industry. Our competition is nothing else but screen time. Let's let that sit there for a little bit. Let's let that sit there. Let that sit there. I didn't even know that. How often can we get our customers to stay in our network rather than go to social media, Netflix, college, seminar consultants, or any gaming company or network? We are a disruptive company that invented a new technology and applying it to an aging industry. Our new technology is student reactive open source learning. Open source learning is about providing free access to education online for anyone who is keen to learn. Unlike a university of education instructions, the prerequisites or entry requirements are not so stringent. Moreover, one can learn the subject at their own pace at convenient time schedules. We are student reactive because our professors, all of whom are millionaires, teach curriculums but must change instantly and teach what students desire within the subject until complete. Each day in each class, the students determine how their millionaire professors are teaching and what they will teach. It's a lot here, okay? Anyway, so this is so loaded. Let's see, delete that. You don't need that. Don't need that. Okay, so it's just twice. Boom. I'm not gonna tell you about that. All right, let me move that down. All right, screen that. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now
y'all done made him now start hiding stuff. Y'all so nosy. Keep it to yourself. We missing out.
I tell you what, I made. Let me see. So what I did was, so this is take this screenshot first. Take this screenshot, and then I will pick back up what y'all not supposed to see. I'll pick it back up. Take that screenshot. That's everything I just read.
Thank you so much.
Yes. That's the count. You said the countdown? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this is loaded. I said so much stuff here. So much stuff. Especially this part. We ain't got no competition. Our competition is screen time. Y'all go learn one day. Now, this is what I did let y'all see. Currently, the ATS Business University is undergoing accreditation process to give out GEDs.
What? Whoa, amen. All right,
Associate
now.
degrees, and bachelor degrees. The ATX Business University, the accreditation is the same as the University of Houston. All right. And
Wow.
Yes, we ain't playing no games. There's no
Major.
games that are being played. No games.
That's awesome.
There you go. So just know that, yes, I'm taking my time with it. Well, I ain't taking my time. I'm strategic because, anywho, they're going to let me backdate. Should you take your classes, they have told me that I get the backdate degrees, but I haven't told nobody that. Okay. We're actually looking at a building in Sugar Land. I'm not sure how to explain that. That's just it's a subdivision inside, or it's a sub city inside Houston. Okay.
Sounds sweet.
Yes. Let me bring up. Renee just brought me back to MExit News. MExit News is going to grow so fast because it's not. While that is new, the company's not new. All I'm going to do is put it everywhere the listeners are and tell them, go over here. The opportunity is so big, y'all should probably not be y'all, okay? Probably not be y'all. Be the future y'alls, not this y'all, okay? That's all my text is coming out. But yeah, that one. That's it, Kevin. Welcome to the future. Don't be you. Be billionaire you. Because this you is in the way of your billions. You understand? Think about it.
I work with Graves say Reverend.
That's think about it. I got no reason to listen to none of y'all. I listen to y'all every day. I literally submit to every last one of y'all. They're gonna take that home with them Dolores later and catch it. They're gonna catch it later. All right, Vanessa. Let me hear from your fine self. Look at her, y'all. Look at her. Glowing.
Antonio, you need to quit. Look, you need to quit. But anyway, anywho, moving on. Can I read something right quick?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. It ain't gonna take but a minute, but check this out.
Okay.
It says there are two paths. One is up and one is down. It says we have been given free will to choose either one. We are captains of our souls to this extent only. It says we can choose the good or we can choose the bad. It says once we have chosen the wrong path, we go down, eventually to death. It says, but if we choose the right path, we go up until we come to the resurrection day. On that wrong path, we have no power for good because we do not choose to ask for it. But on the right path, we are on the side of good, and we have all the power of God's Spirit behind us. I pray that we may be on the stream of goodness. I pray that I may be on the right side, on the side of all good in the universe. And that's what I wanted to share this morning.
Can you post that in the community? Because that was good.
You wrote that? I will. You know, I got to figure it out. I'll do it some kind of way.
I love it.
Trust me, Michelle. I'll come it back, Renee. I promise. But wasn't that good stuff?
Vanessa, email it to me and then we'll get it.
Okay, and then you'll post it. Okay. All right, Susan. Cool. I'll do that.
Yeah, I remember that time.
Yes.
Adrian was talking about an article that she was reading that she kept with her that saved her life. And it was actually one of my blogs. Y'all remember that time?
Yes.
That was too cool.
Have it sitting right here. I have it sitting right here. Yeah.
Adrian, some coworker gave Adrian some words that saved her life years ago, and she had been keeping it with her. And then one day she was just talking to say, y'all, I this has saved my life. And come to find out, Kevin, it was my blog.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I pulled up the link that I had posted 4 or 5 years ago. And someone had that we didn't know someone we didn't know took the blog, because it goes out everywhere, and then shared it to her. But that's the whole point, y'all. Reach 2.4 million people. Okay. And that will happen. What happened to you too. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I appreciate you so much. Miss Margie, you never get to talk much. Come on through here.
Yes. Yes, I never get to talk much, but I just wanted to really thank you for my book. I thought it was really awesome. You really captured me. And one thing I like about the book is, of course, when I got into, I just wanted to make money. But you know, you really need a foundation. So I thought it gives a great foundation. So when you do make the money, you'll be able to, you know, you'll have a solid financial empire that you could really, you know, concrete. So I just want to thank you. I think you did a great job. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all, let me holler at y'all just for a second. Some folk here have invested, and well, they haven't invested. They asked me to flip their money. I don't charge y'all for that. You understand what I'm saying? I just take your money, I put it in the ATS machine, and I give it back with a return on investment.
And we thank you. Hallelujah.
Yes.
That's the Lord. That use you. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you.
Okay, y'all can tell who has benefited from said investments. We do as much as we can to make sure that we help out, because and this is, I have no other way. Every time I try to find a universal way to say this, Kevin, I fail. Every time I try to soften it up, it don't work out well for me, Jerome. But God has been good to me. Watch it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to soften that up to make it palatable for everybody, but God has been good to me. And I want to make sure that God gets glorified by me sharing said goodness. Does that make sense to you? Okay, don't just read your sacred text, be your sacred text.
Watch it.
Anywho, I'm not gonna bother you. Prophet Jerry, come on, I'm gonna let you go, then I'm gonna close this with my last words. Dolores.
Miss Vanessa, I've been trying to get in touch with you. Can you take down my number? I wanted to know about your essentials.
Okay, hold on. Prophet, give me one moment. Let me grab one piece of paper. I'm ready for your number.
681 242
242.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
0349.
Okay, 0349.
Yes, ma'am. When you get a chance, give me a call, please.
Okay, I sure will. Definitely, sir. No problem. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Bishop.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're very welcome, man. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Oh, okay. I'm free to grab you real quick, Susan. Before I forget this. Thursday, so Carisha Martin called me and gave me a great idea I want to implement, but I want to let her explain it. So Thursday, I'm going to have her talk a little bit on here about that idea. So y'all be ready for that, because it benefits y'all. Okay. It's something she wanted to do for y'all. Okay, go ahead, Susan.
Well, I just, before you closed it out, wanted to talk about tonight.
Yes, ma'am. I probably will.
Let's Read a Book is 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern Time. We are studying the book Time Collapsing, and tonight is Chapter 9, Time Collapsing Money System. Yes. So we're going to be going into money, access, authority, and expertise. So tonight is about money. Show me the money. And then for the Bureau of Dominant Speaker, the speaker tonight is Henry McDavid, and that's at 7 Central Time, 8 Eastern Time. So looking forward to having everyone there tonight.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to do one more thing. Now, I don't care if you knew. That's got nothing to do with me, because nobody's new with God. I be talking. And they be some of them be listening, but Mr. Keith, I be talking. Allow me that colloquialism, but I be saying stuff that needs to be said. Yeah. I need 3 people. I'm not going to tell you why. That ain't the goal. You must commit. It will not be easy. It's at night too.
Yeah, I wanted to do it, but then I was going to back up. That's why I said no, because I'm already committed.
Nighttime is the right time.
I said just to be waiting, just wait a little bit. You got to pick up the damn gun all the damn time. I'm learning, Mrs. Phil. I'm learning.
That's it. It's at nighttime. It is at 9 o'clock at night Central Standard Time, and it lasts to about 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, you got me. Everybody got me. This ain't for the faint of heart, and I ain't telling you what it's about.
I was just about to ask that.
I only got 2 days available.
No,
at this time, I only got 2 days. How many days do you need?
2 days. It's. That's a good question, Adrian.
Like how many days of a commitment?
Right.
I'm already committed.
I want to know the same thing.
All right, Mr. Eli, I want to know. Let me see. It's 5 days commitment, but I would need at least 2 days commitment. And if that's the case, then I'm looking for 6 people.
I'm ready.
Okay, Ariana says she's ready. And you this is a scene thing. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now check this out. If you don't do it, this is what we're gonna do. I used to tell. So I used to tell my homies back in the day, bro, I will whoop yo and then take it to the right. Did take it to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Just so you know that we still friends, but you done blanked up.
Yeah, a little gangster, Antonio.
You're right. Yeah, you
That's where I come from. That is where I come from. Let me just tell you. I do not come from the church. I came from the bricks. Me and Samuel, the same person. He just older. You understand?
You've been trying to tell.
Look, ATS, not only will snitches get stitches, but if
Come
you
on,
don't
Sadia.
follow through, you get beat up.
All right.
Okay?
Wait a minute. Hold on, sister.
That's how you understand. So Sadia gets it. So if y'all don't follow your commitment, I'll just kick you out the group. But you can come on back here like ain't nothing happened.
I heard that.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. You know what I'm saying? I just kick you out the opportunity. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. But
wow.
Give me those people. Put your name in the chat. Speak up. Grace, get ready to write it down. Who is it? Who is it?
Okay, you said 2 days.
So 2 days, 2 days out of the week, right?
No, you can't do it, Felicia. I got something else for you. Yeah. And your man need his chocolate.
That devil. That devil.
No. Okay, let me tell you. No. Let me tell you what you don't know. No. I had Felicia doing something for me. Ask her. I had Felicia doing something for me. Felicia, man, told me, look, bro, I need my woman. Her coming to bed at midnight. That don't really work out for me. I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know that's right. Get it now.
He might give me 2 days out the week.
No. You bring his chocolate to bed.
Get it. Just forget it.
Yeah, you can go do that. Yeah, because ain't a woman in here disagree with his words. Not a one. so you go hold over and you do what you gotta do. We'll get you at 7 in the morning. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, we'll get you to Easter sunrise service.
Respect, Antonio. I like that. Respect.
Oh yeah.
Meet me around the corner.
Yeah. I said, kind sir, I hear you loud and clear, kind sir. I ain't bother you. All right, so we got our freedom. Christina said she can get 2 days.
So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Eli, I'm gonna put you down anyway, man. I'm gonna put you down anyway. Don't even worry about it.
And I'm
All
good.
right.
myself as well. I don't do nothing. I ain't working right now, so.
All right.
Might as well
Yolanda
be
says
doing
she got it.
something.
I think Dr. Sugar is raising her hand while she's
Well, Dr.
driving.
Sugar can't do it. She's in something already. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Okay.
about
Mr.
Dr. Sugar. Thank you.
Antonio, I do have a question for you.
Yes,
When do you want to start this commitment journey?
Girl, don't you know? I'm gonna say now, you already got enough information about me to know I'm so alpha. It's always right now. You know, let me tell you how I pray. Lord, now and amen.
Oh, no, that's right.
Ain't nobody got time to be waiting on the Lord.
Right. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I had to look, I had to learn how to wait on the Lord. Do you understand? That's a practice behavior. I did not come out waiting on the Lord. Okay. Got anybody else?
But I do need your contact information so that you can be contacted for whatever Antonio wants you, because if we don't have your number, we can't contact you.
Yes, ma'am. I would definitely put my information in the messages, or however I can give you my information right now. However you want to do
Get
it.
right now. Come on, get your breakthrough. Come on. You can get it right now.
My phone number is 773-754-6230. And of course, Ariana Williams.
Okay, I need your social security number and your debit pin.
Oh wow. We're gonna do that later then.
Okay, all right. Eli, come on, give me your information. He probably typed in the chat. Anybody else? Did we miss somebody? Did we got everybody? Who number we missing? Christina, we got hers. Did we miss anybody?
Yolanda Floyd. And it's 757-848-8596. And I don't know if Eli texted you, but if you want his, I got his too. That's my son. He in the house.
Okay, my man. Yes.
I can give you his information too. His is
you go
Eli
ahead and do it
Floyd. Okay, his is Eli Floyd. And let me go and pull up his contact info. Hold on 1 second.
Me, Ma, I'm right here. I can see it for myself.
Okay, well, go ahead and give it. Go ahead. He was asking and you ain't respond. I'm just trying
I
to
know
help you
I was
out.
talking to Hayel. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But my number is 757-295-6149. I don't know if you got it, but yeah.
All right. Anybody else? Okay, Stradivari, unmute your mic. My man.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Additional Teammates. There you go. So against my better judgment, I have added y'all to the MExit news group called The Unpopular Opinion.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome.
She's in the group. Okay, she can't do it. All right.
Mr. Antonio.
So, yes, ma'am.
If you, well, I ain't gotta say nothing, but they already know. I'll be a guest on there if they.
Okay, you could be a guest, but you're already the People's Group, though, right? The People's Congress. Yeah, you get to go. You get to go.
I didn't want to volunteer. I'm talking about head off way too much.
I definitely appreciate you there, sir. I definitely do appreciate you there.
Yes, sir. So now, y'all report to him. Who says she can do it? Okay. So what y'all gonna do is Grace is gonna contact all of y'all. Stradivari, Grace is gonna give you all this. As a matter of fact, make sure he's involved the whole time, Grace. All right. And y'all record at night. And welcome, because we're about to be famous. And it ain't gonna cost you a dime. I hope y'all don't mind. Stradivari, you want to say something to him?
I just want to say the unpopular opinion is definitely about your opinion and building, togetherness between each other and just making a steadfast group and just having fun and enjoying each other is just what we do.
There you go. They record late at night. I'm not changing the recording time. I'm used to it. I am not absolving this group. Everybody is still there. There's no one in trouble. There are no ladies in trouble, no men in trouble. Everybody's still in the group. You just now have more group members So if you need to take a night off, you can.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
See what I did there? All right, let Michelle say thank you. All right. So you're not in trouble. I just gave you more helpmates. Fair enough? All right.
Thank you, Antonio.
Yes. Sometimes you're supposed to kill something. But when you got good people who are not complaining, you take care of them. All right, here's my, you understand. Tiffany, did you want to say something?
I do, but mine is actually, I just wanted to bring up, it wasn't about that though, but no, I wanted to bring up the fact that we've got a lot of new members that have come along over the last couple of months and everything, and I'm not sure everyone is included in the messenger groups where they get the information for the different calls that we have that are open to the community. How do we get them or get their information to get them added so that they're not missing out on all the that we're, or like who is actually
That's
allowed?
a change. That's a change I'm going to have to make. Obviously, this is a scaling year. We're scaling like crazy, right? So this is going to keep happening. The groups were for members only. So what we're going to do is want to make that change, Grace. As soon as people get in, they can get into the group. It should be a link like m.me/something. You might be able to do that. I know you can do it with your personal thing, but maybe not. But we will add you all. We'll figure it out. Tierney figured out for me today. How to add everybody into
Grace and I have been adding people to the group. So as the new people come in, they've been added.
Cool. Well, then keep it going. Keep it going. If they show up and want to be added, add them. Okay. And I will make a, do you want to be added to the group section of the meeting? Yeah. There you go. Make it simple. Yolanda, last audience words on you.
I just wanted to say I'm excited about it because I just was thinking before you said anything about the task, like how can I be involved to push myself to do something? I said every time I get on here, you say something that just my whole soul. And old girl earlier, Coco Puff, she slapped that what she said earlier slapped me in my face completely. Cause it's like stop thinking about your situation, what you ain't learned, what you've been through or whatever, and just go for it and do and come out of it. So I want to thank y'all for that. And I know it's a lot of people on here and, you know, the net and everything. So I'm trying to get to a point where I can reach out to someone. I don't know yet, but it's like I don't know everybody on here. And it's like I'm trying to reach out as far as to get a mentor to put my foot out first, you know, to get that first step to say, okay, which way direction do I go now? Because I need to learn and I need to grasp as much as I can. Because I thought about something as you was talking. I thought about experience or how to help women or, you know, just people in general who are in this system of the government to get in like the stamps, the Section 8, all that stuff, and they don't know how to get out of it. In order to get out of it, that fear that sits, and I'm talking from experience, because it's like if I can get a tool to start to get out of it, then I can help somebody else get out of it and say, here's the connection you need, here's the people you need to talk to, and this is how we get out of it, so you can be depending on your own and have the house you want and provide like you want for your family. So I guess I don't know who to go. I wrote notes and stuff, but it's like I'm trying to catch everybody of who does what and who does this and who I need to speak to and get under, under their wing.
No, we got you. Ashley, you here? Yeah, there you go. Reach, go and grab her for me. This is why Ashley is my special assistant. She will put you right where you need to be. And that is, yes. And
I already know her mama.
Good, then.
I got her.
Good. And of course, when you need some connotation, you know, you jump up to Phil and Susan. There you go, for sure. Ashley, take care of that for me and call me right after this call. You record right after this? What time?
We start at 10:30. We meet at 10:15.
All right, call me right after this call. Right after. All right, right after. All right, everybody. Thank you so much.
Antonio,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to raise my hand. It's Alfreda. But
That's
I would
on
also.
Alfreda.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, wearing them glasses.
Thank you. If y'all want a pair, see me. I'll drop a link. I can also help the young lady. I actually used to be on Section 8, and when I left Section 8, they gave me $21,000. I would love to show her some of the things that I was able to use through the system to get out the system and to get to where I'm at. I'm still not where I want to be, but I am definitely further than where I was. And so I have a lot that I can share to anybody who's on food stamps, Section 8, low-income housing, and just to show you my journey. Clearly, I haven't written a book yet, but I'm willing to share.
You got $21,000. I'm trying to get that. I need to go get home. Teach me. Tell them I'm broke.
Antonio, I would
Yes,
like to
ma'am.
reach out to her as well.
Cool. Well, we got a number. Post a number in the chat. If y'all want to reach out, we'll post a number.
Do I post it to everyone?
No. But Grace is getting ready to post her number in the chat so y'all can have it down. And then Alfreda is going to reach out as well, because that's what you just said, Alfreda, because she said something a couple of days ago that is right in alignment with what you said. So she can definitely use your help. And anybody can use mentoring from Vanessa. Anybody ought to need that. Yeah, that's it. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, just I want you all to know. I want you all to know that you have, I gave you the vision. I let you screenshot. Now, we're going to go add 6,940,000 more people in the next 760 days. It's actually 730, something like that now, but we're just going to say 760. I need you to process this information. In 730, there would be an additional 6,940,000 Sadias here. Yes.
Wow. Praise God.
Yes, ma'am. That's
I want
the
to
vision.
I want to be an instructor.
All right, then. So, all right. So this is what I'm saying. If you do something, if you ask something, if you have an idea, and it's fantastic, I'm gonna say that's great. But does it get us to 6,940,000? And you're gonna say no. And I'm gonna say, don't worry. I'm not telling you no. I'm telling you go tweak it to where it fits 6,940,000. Listen very well, because I knew I was going to say this from the beginning, but I knew you wouldn't go listen until I gave you all the information. It is not that we are not going to do stuff, and it's not that we don't want to do your stuff. Your stuff isn't matching the vision. Should you want it done, 6,940,000 brand new people. Tweak it to where it's that. Don't have a great idea. That's not good enough for ATS. Have a God idea. Needs to be that high. Don't have a great attitude. Have a God attitude. Needs to be that high. Did I make? I feel like I'm making some sense.
Can I say something, Antonio?
Indeed, sir.
So it sounds like you're saying don't have an idea that reaches a few, have an idea that reaches impacts many.
6,940,000 to be specific. Yes, super many. And that's the power of one, having a leader to know where the hell he's going. Okay, that
Say
helps.
so now. Say so.
That helps. That absolutely helps. Two, of knowing where we all going and what the cost of that is. In order to get, this is my last words, one new person, changes got to happen. Oh, Lord.
Hey,
6
G,
million. Yes, sir.
real quick, I just summarized. You got just got this from you. Greater works. Greater works.
Greater works than me. You understand? New standards. Let me tell you.
The new standard.
We gotta go change 6,940,000 times. We cannot stay the same company. Each new person needs to be a new change. Uh-oh, Jaquita, hear me, Jaquita. Don't miss this. I've been saving this for the whole time. Don't let me or don't let your friend spend 30 days bringing somebody in and you took 30 seconds running them out.
Watch yourself, Reverend.
True. You understand? So what's going to happen is when we bring them in, you need to be kind enough, leader enough for when I sit them next to you, you represent properly. See, if I just came out here, Steve, and said, all right, everybody, I need y'all to change. Y'all wouldn't have liked that. You wouldn't have liked that. So I had to blame myself the whole time just so I could say, hey, y'all, I need y'all to change. I ain't dumb now. I ain't dumb. I was at war at 20. Like real war, not forget the trash can. I'm talking about bang, bang, pow, pow. 5.56 rounds and tank rounds and all over my head. I joined the Army August 2nd, 2000. What you think happened right after that? September 11th.
I would say they went to the building. They went to the building.
All right. So, less than, what is that, 13 months was September 11th. What do you think happened in my military career? Everybody went to war September 11th. And everybody wanted to. Everybody wanted to, as far as America goes. Now, we're going to bring them in. Chiquita going to make sure they stay. We're going to bring them in. Michelle Black going to make sure they want to stay. Y'all get it? We're going to bring them in. Felicia going to make sure they want to stay. And that is how you run a business. Now, should you want to run a family, we bring them in. Kevin makes sure they stay. And Kevin gets compensated for helping out the family. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can play better. You can dominate. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. We'll see y'all later.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Y'all have a great one.
Guys.
Yes,
So
thank you, guys.
Love you.
See you later on in the evening.
See y'all at 5:30. All right, everybody.
Love, love, love.
Love you more.
The General Insurance presents Ordering a Sandwich with Shaq and Hall of Fame announcer Michael Buffer.
I'm going to have roast beef. What do you want, Michael?
Let's get ready for pastrami on rye.
Turns out, Michael Buffer talks like that all the time. And it turns out, The General is a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for nearly 60 years.
Spicy Dijon mustard.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with The General.
The General Auto Insurance Services, Inc. Insurance Agency, Nashville, Tennessee. Some restrictions apply.